your personal experience, how many of you know that you have what we could simply call a negative reaction? Something you don't like about someone who at any point in a conversation you know begins to more or less kind of fawn or be super sweet in order to get you to do something. How many of you know you have a basically negative reaction to that? Yes or no?
Yes.
But do you know why? See, this is where your work, there's no substitute for it. You spend the rest of your life judging others, being negative towards them, unless you begin to realize through your own work, in this instance, if I'm fawning or being super sweet in order to get somebody to do something or be something, what feels like a yes in me, that I want you to do this, is actually being delivered by a fear in me, isn't it? It's actually, I'm up here, I'm sweet, I'm smiling, I'm with people, I'm all bubbly and all beautiful and all the rest of that, at least in my mind's eye I am, because I can't see that fear is talking for me. But you can know and see that fear is talking for that person. Why? Because you have a negative reaction. Weakness rejects weakness. So here, I think I'm doing something good. But I can't be doing something good if fear is using me to do it, can I? And I don't get the reaction I'm looking for from people when fear is doing what it's doing, because they're reacting to my fear and rejecting and resisting the fear. But they don't know they're rejecting the fear in themselves, the distaste, because they judge the one who's doing it. So you've got a world in which all of this darkness swirls like some great maelstrom, and nobody knows the forces that drive it. To know the forces that drive a person into what eventually is a desperate act to get or to do or win something is the same as separating yourself from that unconscious nature that produces the behavior you're judging. Then you use everything. If I sit and resist someone who's fawning in front of me, am I using the moment, or is the negativity, the resistance in me, using me in that moment? But do I feel like I'm being used when I'm judging someone? No, I don't feel like I'm being used when I judge someone. When I judge someone, I'm judging them from the light. But the light doesn't judge. So, two things. Number one, always be aware of what's talking in you. And always be aware of whoever is talking to you. Because it's one thing working itself out for those with eyes to see. And the freedom comes from the recognition and the realization of this one nature divided into two that creates all of this enmity between us, where instead of creating enmity, it can create a unity inside of yourself, where you're no longer being used by the no in you, the resistance in you, because you're aware that you wouldn't be experiencing the no if there wasn't a yes inside of you saying they ought not be like that. And what you judge in that same moment in the other person, you have been judged by in that very instant yourself without knowing it. Can you see it?